Hi, this is Michael from MVR Music Lessons, and this is going to be my first piano lesson. This lesson, I'm going to go over what each note is on the keyboard, and this is going to be really basic. If you already know what all the notes are, you could probably skip to the next lesson, but by the end of this lesson, you should know what every note is, and before you move on to the next one, you should have it all memorized. Now, this is going to be really similar to the first two lessons of my music theory lessons, because in my music theory lessons I kind of split it up. I went into it a little more detailed. This is going to just be a quick run through of what each note is, and I just expect you to memorize it before we go on to the next video. So if you want a more detailed explanation, check out my music theory lessons. So we'll just get started. What you want to do is, well, first off, there's two different groupings of black keys. There's a group of 2 and a group of 3. Now, you want to look for a group of 2. If you can find a group of 2, you know, there's groups all over the piano. You want to try to find the white note to the left of that. When you play it, it should sound like this. If you're a little higher up, it'll be the same note, just at a higher frequency. It's an octave higher. If you find a low one, it's an octave lower. So that's really the basics of it. Now, the musical alphabet, the exact same as our alphabet, except it goes to G and then it restarts. So, if this is a C, you go C, D, E, F, G, then it restarts, A, B, C. So we have C to C, and all the notes in between. So we know all those, and if you can memorize those, these are really easy to figure out, because they have the same names as the notes next to them, the white ones, only you just have to add a special little thing to the end of it. So like this is still a C, because it's next to a C, but since it's above the C, it's C sharp. So this is C, and this is C sharp. That's really easy to remember, so let's pick another one. This is G. Now if you go up, you always want to make sure you go up the keyboard, because up is sharp. So if you play this, that's G sharp. I'll go through each one individually, but that's how you can figure it out if you know the white keys. So this would be C sharp. Since this is a D, this is D sharp. This is going to be F sharp, G sharp. We already went over that one. Then right here, this is A sharp. And it starts over. Here's another C, so that's C sharp. But these aren't always sharps. Sometimes, if you're in a flat key, or you need to make a note flat, we have a flat note. Now, flats work the same way as sharps, only instead of focusing on the note up and to the right, it's the note up and to the left. So, if this is a C, there's not really a note here. And this is true for sharps too. If you have right here, there's not a note there. This would technically be E sharp, because this is an E, and the note to the right of that by one step. I'll get into more of what steps are, but basically a step is just to the note next to it. A half step is the note next to it. A whole step is skipping one. But this is one half step. We'll get into that a little more detailed later. Again, check out my music theory lessons. It'll explain it a little better. But yeah, this would be E sharp, just because there's no black key to go to right here. But we do have an E flat that is a black note because it's up and to the left. So that would be E flat. And then this is up and to the left from the D, so this is D flat. Now right here we have the same thing we had with the E and the F. This is a B and a C. Now we don't really have a B sharp black key, we just play the white one. And we don't really have a C flat, we would just play the B right here. That's really the only confusing thing about trying to figure out the black keys, but these aren't really black keys, so if you're trying to figure out a black key, that doesn't really matter. But I just thought I'd throw that out there because that's kind of important to know. And some people might be wondering, well, why isn't there just black keys in between every single one? Well, first of all, it'd be really hard to play because you wouldn't know what note was what, and second of all, well, I mean, the note that's there is pretty much here. If you wanted an E sharp, you would just play that. That doesn't happen too often, where you would have like an E sharp or whatever. Most of the time it's just, they would write F. But it could happen, so I just thought I'd throw that out there. But anyways, back to the whole flat thing. I'll go through each one on flats. Hopefully you'll be able to figure it out by now, which each one is. So right here's a D, and up and to the left of that is D flat. Now here we have an E, so there's E flat. This is G flat. Right here we have an A, so that's A flat. And now we have a B flat right there. And this pattern repeats the entire keyboard. So anywhere you are, you can just find the C, figure out the other notes if you don't already have them memorized, and then figure out what these are if you don't have those memorized. So really, all you have to do is know where the C is, and then figure it out. But again, I really recommend that you just memorize it. Makes it a whole lot easier later on. You're going to have to memorize it eventually anyways, if you're really serious about playing keyboard or piano. So, yeah, just memorize it. And we've already gone over all the notes. That's it for this video. In the next one, I'm not too sure what I'll do right now. I'll probably teach you guys a little song just to get you started so you can actually play something. And yeah, that'll be in the next video. So that's it for this video. Make sure you check out my website. I'll put a link in the description. It's mvrmusiclessons.webs.com. It's a really good website. I'm putting up more videos all the time. It'll have tutorials for other instruments as well as piano. And it has those music theory lessons I was talking about. Really, check those out. It'll help you so much. So that's it for this video. There's really nothing else to it. You just got to memorize what those notes are, and that'll help you later on, and then we can progress a lot faster. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.